Yeah, it rained hard. Rained hard today. We had the stuff that we normally do against each other. I decided not to do because it was really soggy, and I didn't want to get anybody hurt. So we focused mostly on special teams and scout team work today.
Everyone sees how well the team's done on the field. Can you talk a little about the culture, maybe the leaders, and maybe how much of an impact that's had in the success?
Well, you just spoke to one of the better leaders we got, me and Chad. And you know, Barrios, is you're about to speak to, he's one of our better leaders. I think just about every senior has tried to take a lot of ownership of this season, knowing it's his last. And you know, now that they know the standard of what we're trying to get accomplished, they can try to get everybody in line and encourage everybody to do well. And it's probably been easier to lead because most everybody's bought in, and you know, it's not like you got to grab this guy and get him going. You might have to encourage some young guys along the way as they're struggling through being a freshman and all that. But it's been really good overall.
Mark, what does it say about some of those seniors? I mean, some of their classmates that came in with them have left, you know, things like that. But they've hung in there through some of the ups and downs of the last 4 years. You
know, usually if you stay to the end, you get blessed. I mean, first thing you do is you get your degree, and then you know there's nothing that can replace that senior season where you are the leadership of the team. That's part of growing as a man, is to learn how to become a leader. And sometimes guys leave before that moment hits for different reasons, and they miss out on a great opportunity to be that guy.
Mark, this group, back to where he was when you saw him that first spring before the knee injury. Obviously, he had two great plays Saturday.
Yeah, he looks like he's confident in his knee, if that's the question. And it was great to see him, you know, come down with that ball. It was huge. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking, 4th and 9, going for it, but you know, the field position, we wouldn't have gained much on a punt, and it was a long kick. Sometimes those long kicks are low line drives, and they can be blocks. So those are some of my thinking, but you know, he made me look smart, and I appreciate that. But yeah, Cager had a couple nice plays for us, and yeah, I was just talking to Coach Dugans about just the different guys that have stepped up at different moments to make plays. It hadn't just been one or two guys, although you know Barrios has been the guy, the constant, and Herndon really has been the constant as far as receivers go. But everybody else is finding a way to pitch in and make plays.
Mark, about the ranking itself, do you try to temper where you're at right now, not downplay, but just understand it?
No, well, we know we're in the top 4. We know the top 4 get to go, but we also know that how we got here. We just got here by being that team that was grinding away, trying to find ways to win, and being successful in doing it. Not always the most beautiful thing, but you know, we're not really a different team now, I don't think. I think we're still, you know, trying to stay humble and trying to earn everything we get. And we know Virginia has given Miami fits for the last 10, 11 years.
Mark, how much did tasting a little bit of success last year, and then you know, not getting where you wanted to be, how much do you think that adds to this season and knowing that position you're in?
Yeah. Well, I mean, winning 4 in a row was good, and then losing 4 in a row was not very good. And I thought, you know, that might have been the turning point of this tenure so far, is how did we react when we lost 4 in a row? You know, guys could have started doubting the coaching staff and all that kind of thing, but that never really happened. We did a good job of establishing team unity and work ethic and trust going into the season, and then when things got rough, the adversity hit, we held up well, and then we started winning again, and people started to believe probably a little bit more. And winning the bowl was a landmark. I mean, it hadn't been done in a long time, and guys knew that. And just becoming Coastal Division champs is another historical moment, truly historical moment for the program. And you know, it's been good, and so we're on the rise. We've got to understand that we have not arrived yet.
Mark, I know we talked maybe a week or two ago how at this time of year, or at least a week ago, people were starting to wear down and get tired and stuff. Yeah. Now it almost seems like, could this CFP stuff give you a second win? Like,
oh, I don't think that is as much as I think the rain helped us today. Kind of revived us. You know, my plan was to actually practice just a little bit less today anyway, as far as full speed stuff. I took half the practice and treated it like I would tomorrow, because you know, I think we're a little banged up and a little fatigued, but most teams aren't.
Great, thank you everybody.
Right. Thanks.